On 4 video of a woman being chased by a coyote near her home. It happened in Leimert Park, which is not a rural area, and people who live there, they're concerned. NBC4's Karma Dickerson spoke with some of them. She joins us now live from the neighborhood. Karma.
Yes, people are telling us that they're worried, but they're also puzzled because, as you mentioned, this is in the middle of the city. It's certainly not what they would expect to find, and they say they're really being left to figure it out for themselves. And as you can see in this video we're about to show you, figuring it out for themselves can be pretty scary.
Okay, what's going on?
Phaedra Harris was asleep the night of May 31st when she heard those screams, but she says she knew instantly what was going on outside her home.
I was like, that's those freaking coyotes. I jumped up.
What's going on? Okay, here, come here, Richard, dog. Hurry up.
I jumped up, ran to the door, and I opened the door and I saw her running for her life.
Hurry up. Come here, Richard, dog.
Harris says she brought her neighbor inside her home for safety. It was her scariest encounter with the neighborhood coyotes, but not the first. About a week before, she found out they were camping out underneath her home.
We saw 4 pups and 2 adult coyotes coming out of a crawl space. In my front yard, I saw the 2 adults and 4 pups killing. It either was a raccoon or a baby possum.
Her Leimert Park neighborhood is now on alert.
I think everyone's really nervous about the dogs. I'm nervous about walking them.
As people bring their dogs in and look around carefully before going out.
There was somebody walking down the street and the coyote came and let him pass.
All while trying to make sense of their new neighbors.
We don't live in Idlewild. We don't live in a canyon. Leimert Park, not really what you expect to find.
A pack of urban coyotes is growing larger and more aggressive, according to neighbors in Mar Vista. They say the coyotes are stalking people and going after pets, while the city is telling them to learn to coexist with the animals. NBC4's Karma Dickerson is in that neighborhood for us tonight with more on the fears and frustrations of the residents there. Karma.
They're essentially saying that this is a daily issue that they're dealing with any time of day, and they're worried not just for their pets, but also for their children, as they say the coyote population is continuing to grow.
These videos from Woodbine Street sound like an episode of Animal Planet and look like an exhibit at the zoo.
Coyotes in our yards every day.
But this isn't a rural area or even the suburbs. It's Mar Vista, right in the middle of LA.
And I don't live up in the mountains or out in the wilderness, so this is just really odd to me.
And neighbors say over the last year, the coyotes have multiplied.
I think I counted 16 today.
And grown bolder.
They're being very, very aggressive, I'd say, probably in the last couple months.
Here's one chasing a little dog in its yard before another dog helps run it off.
A coyote tried to attack him, and out of nowhere, my little guy, Bart, came and chased the coyote away.
In this video, a neighbor is walking his dog, not realizing a coyote is on their tail.
And you don't know when they're gonna pounce or attack.
Pets are a concern, but not the biggest one.
I've seen coyotes just sitting on the lawn at the school.
I was walking at the end of the street, and then I saw like 3 or 4 coyotes just at the end staring at me, and I didn't really know what to do, so I just ran back.
My youngest has been charged. They come down off the hill and charge him while he is playing soccer.
Neighbors reported the issue to the Los Angeles County Agricultural Commissioner office in late March. Here's what the county found when they came out to inspect. A den of coyotes in a neighbor's yard. According to Deputy Agriculture Commissioner Max Regis, this is coyote puppy season. He's seen some of the videos from this neighborhood and says they seem to reflect normal coyote behavior. Moms teaching their pups life skills.
A mom is teaching her pups how to hunt, how to kill in our backyards. So, I mean, there has to be a better place for them.
The county says this address isn't in their jurisdiction, and they referred the matter to LA City Councilwoman Tracy Park's office back in April. Neighbors say they received a letter from the councilwoman and later learned of a web presentation she did, which they didn't feel was much help.
All goes back to the same PowerPoint they say to coexist, which I get it, but there's so many here now.
In Mission Viejo Sunday night, a coyote rammed a family's baby gate attached to the front door.
Pow, 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 into that metal baby gate. And I mean, he wasn't just walking up and like tap. He backed up on the sidewalk and got like a running start.
Neither is it new. There's a coyote attacking a toddler in front of her home in Woodland Hills in 2022. Whether there are actually more coyotes in urban areas than before is unclear, even to experts.
Ever since the pandemic, when people were home more than they were prior, we got a lot more calls.
Micah and Cher, it was right around this time, just about 24 hours ago, that toddler was attacked out here on the beach. A terrifying encounter. We're told that little girl is recovering tonight, and authorities believe they have euthanized that coyote, but some are on edge tonight.
Horrific. Why are there coyotes here, right?
Concern at the beach coming one night after a brazen coyote attack on a toddler right on the sand. In the aftermath, police chasing this coyote that may have been the one to bite the 2-year-old, one of 2 coyotes in the area they shot.
I think this is the first time I've ever heard a coyote attacking somebody at a beach.
Even this 25-year veteran of the Fish and Wildlife Department expressing surprise. Thursday, about 9:45 p.m., just north of the pier and close to the water, officials say the coyote pounced on the little girl who was with her family at the time. This screen grab of surf cam video from the incident in the OC Register shows the coyote around the time and area of the attack.
It did bite her, knocked her down, and it did inflict some injury, non-life-threatening, thankfully. It terrorized that poor little girl.
The toddler rushed to the hospital. The incident now has some local parents of toddlers worried about what's safe to do with their children.
Super worried, yeah.
I wouldn't bring them to the beach at night now, definitely, It's like you don't know what's going to happen.
We found coyote sightings off the sand aren't uncommon.
These 4 coyotes were in front of my car and showed no fear at all.
They're in the neighborhoods. They walk the walls in between houses. They're pretty active around here.
And this video shows a coyote roaming the same beach in broad daylight just last week. Officials say statewide there are about 10 to 14 coyote attacks a year. The main message?
Never make a coyote feel comfortable around people. So most importantly is do not feed coyotes. Shout aggressively and try to scare it off.
Now, police shot the 2 coyotes out here last night. One carcass discovered on the beach this morning. Hours later, the other coyote found and euthanized at a trailer park near the pier. Now they're going to do forensics. They're going to test for rabies. They actually swabbed the 2-year-old's injuries, and they're going to compare that to the DNA of the 2 coyotes they took down to see if it's a match. They tell me they should know by Sunday. Live in Huntington Beach, I'm Lauren Lister, KTLA 5 News.
Coyote, coyote. Rural, rural. Suburb, suburb. Urban, urban. Pounds, pounds. Charge, charge. Jurisdiction, jurisdiction. Ram, ram. Tap, tap. Toddler, toddler. Euthanize, euthanize. Brazen, brazen. Inflict, inflict. Carcass, carcass.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.